gonna put on my robe, I'm gonna shout all over God's heaven. Heaven, I say heaven. Everybody talking about heaven ain't going there. Heaven, I got a song, you got a song, oh, God's children got a song to sing. When I get to heaven, gonna sing a new song, I'm gonna sing.
My name is Penelope Ryan. This is a simple-minded story about men who enjoy killing, and those who don't.
I'm Harold Ryan, her husband, and I've killed perhaps 200 men in wars of various sorts as a professional soldier, and I've killed thousands of other animals as well, for sport.
I'm Dr. Norbert Woodley, physician, healer, and I find it disgusting and frightening that a killer should still be a respected member of society.
Would you like to say something about killing, Colonel?
Oh, me? Oh, Jesus. I don't know, you know.
Colonel Harper, retired now, dropped an atom bomb on Nagasaki during the Second World War, killing 74,000 people in a flash.
Yeah, I don't know, boy.
You don't know?
It was a bitch.
Thank you. We'll begin.
Peace.
My husband, who killed so much, has been missing for 8 years. He disappeared in a light plane over the Amazon rainforest, where he hoped to find diamonds as big as cantaloupes. His pilot was Colonel Looseleaf Harper, who dropped the bomb on Nagasaki. I should explain the doorbells in this apartment. They were built by Hammaker Slemmer. The back doorbell is a hyena's cry, which you have just heard. The front doorbell is a lion's roar. This is my son, Paul. He was only 4 years old when his father disappeared. Paul, you know I don't like you bringing that scrapbook in here without asking me.
He's coming back, Mom. He's the bravest, most wonderful man who ever lived. Hey, maybe he'll come back tonight. It's his birthday.
I know. How was your sandwich?
Oh, it's all right. I like the way you make it better than Selmer did.
Paul, why don't you read? You've seen this book 1,000 times. I better get dressed.
Oh, will you stay home tonight?
Oh, Paul.
You're married. You've already got a husband.
He's a ghost.
Well, if you have to go out with some guy, can't he be more like Dad? Oh, Herb Shuttle and Norbert Woodley. Can't you do better than those two freaks? A vacuum cleaner salesman and a fairy doctor.
A what kind of doctor?
A fairy, a queer. You're the only woman he ever took out.
Not true.
Oh, still lives with his mother.
You know she has no feet. You want him to abandon his mother, who has no husband, who has no money of her own, who has no feet?
How did she lose her feet?
In a railroad accident. Many years ago.
I was afraid to ask.
Norbert was just beginning practice. A real man would have sold her to a cat food company, I suppose. For that matter, J. Edgar Hoover lived with his mother.
I didn't know that.
Not many people do.
Well, at least J. Edgar Hoover plays sports. The only exercise Dr. Willie ever gets is playing that violin and making that stupid peace sign all the time. Oh, peace. Peace, everybody.
I hate that thing.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Peace, everybody. Paul? Penelope.
You taking Mom out tonight?
Oh, you going out?
Herb Shuttle is taking me to a fight.
Oh, well, take along plenty of cigars.
We made the date 3 months ago.
As a matter of fact, I came to see Selma.
She quit this afternoon.
We don't have a maid anymore.
Oh?
The animals made her sneeze and cry too much.
Why don't you get rid of all this junk? Burn it. This room crawls with tropical disease.
Everything stays like it is.
A monument to a man who
No, but I've asked you not to.
A monument to a man who thought that what the world needed most was more rhinoceros meat.
My father.
That's right, but you didn't know him, and neither did I.
Stop this.
Thank you. How's your asthma?
Don't worry about it.
How's that fungus around your thumbnail?
It's fine.
It's jungle rot. This room is making everybody sick. This is your family doctor speaking now. Oh, I brought you something else to hang on your wall for the sake of variety.
War is not healthy for children and other living things. How lovely.
No doubt Paul thinks it stinks. Oh, I hate that thing.
Keeps fairies away.
Hiya, kid!
Uh-oh.
Oh, look what the cat dragged in.
Oh, I'm glad you brought your vacuum cleaner.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, the maid quit. The place is a mess. You can start in the master bedroom.
Please.
He's nobody to be telling somebody what to do in a master bedroom.
I'll get ready, Herb. I didn't expect you this soon. Please, won't everybody be nice to everybody else while I'm gone?
Hey, kid! Did you get the weightlifting set I sent you?
Oh, yeah, it's in my bedroom. I haven't opened it yet.
What? You gotta fight from time to time, or they'll eat you alive.
That's not true either. Or it needn't be unless we make it so.
Oh, phooey. Hey, Penelope, come on, we're gonna miss the fight.
I'm coming.
I'm sick and tired of arguing with you. I got just one thing to say. When you elect a president, you stand behind him no matter what he does. That's the only way to have a country.
It's the planet that's in terrible shape right now.
You can believe that if you want. I talk to guys like you, I want to commit suicide. Hey, let's get that weightlifting set and show it to your mom.
Okay.
Maybe it's supposed to end now.
You start with the lightest weights, and you add a pound or two each week.
Right.
Maybe God's decided to let everybody who ever lived be reborn so they can all see how it ends. Even Pithecanthropus erectus and Australopithecus and Sinanthropus picensis and the Neanderthals are all back on Earth so they can see how it ends. They're all in Times Square, making change for peep shows. Oh, recruiting Marines.
Did you ever hear the story about the boy who carried a calf around the barn every day?
No.
He died of a massive rupture.
You think you're so funny. You know you're not even funny. Right? Right? You don't get hurt if you start slow.
You preparing him for a career in the slaughterhouses of Dubuque? Take care of your body, yes, but don't become a bender of railroad spikes and horseshoes. Any one of these poor, beautiful, dead animals was 1,000 times the athlete you can ever hope to be. Their magic was in their muscles. Your magic is in your brains.
Gentlemen? Is this right for a fight?
It's beautiful. I've never seen that coat before.
7 jaguar skins. Harold shot them all.
Oh, no, Penelope. Wear a cloth coat.
What?
Are you going to lightheartedly advertise that the last of the jaguars died for you?
Well, what do you want her to do? Bring those poor old jaguars back to life with a bicycle pump? Kid, your mother looks beautiful, right? Kid?
Paul?
Paul, doesn't your mother look nice? Paul?
I don't care what she wears.
Something's made you sore?
Don't worry about it.
You bet I'm gonna worry about it. I said something to make you sore?
It's my father's birthday, that's all. Yeah, who cares about that?
I had not the slightest inkling. Why didn't somebody say so?
Oh, she doesn't care. She's not married anymore. She's gonna have fun. I hope you have so much fun you can hardly stand it.
Kid.
And I wish you'd quit touching me all the time. It drives me nuts.
Hey, what's it?
Don't.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, wait a second. You sure got something wrong. We gotta set this straight right here and now.
Well, explain it to them. I'm bugging out of here.
Paul. Paul, don't be so silly, please.
Kid.
Don't
Kid.
touch me. Will you get out of the way?
Kid, look, guys touch other guys. It doesn't mean a thing. Haven't you ever seen football players after they win the Super Bowl?
Paul, where will you be?
You want to go anywhere but here. I just sit here and cry about the way my father's been forgotten.
I worship your father.
Everybody talks about how rotten kids act. Grown-ups can be pretty rotten, too.
Kid? Oh, gee, if only he'd gone out for Little League like I asked him. He'd find out we touch each other all the time. I mean, we push each other and slug each other. You know, horse around. I'm gonna go find him.
Don't let him have his privacy. Let him grieve. Let him rage. There's never been a funeral for his father.
I never knew when to hold it. Or who to ask, or what to say.
Well, tonight's his night to let it all out.
If he'd only go in for scouting. Camp out once in a while. See how we roughhouse around the fire. Oh, why didn't you tell me it was his father's birthday?
Well, what then?
We'd have a birthday party for him. We'd stay home and eat venison. Read the scrapbooks. I'm gonna go get him back.
The only thing I ever told him about life was keep out of the park after the sun goes down.
You know, we really got a dump shuttle. He brings his vacuum cleaner on dates.
That's the XKE.
The what?
It's the experimental model. He doesn't dare leave it in the car for fear it'll fall into the hands of competition.
What a way to live.
He made Eagle Scout when he was 29 years old.
Well, now that's better.
Oh, Norbert, promise me that Paul has not gone into that park. 3 people murdered there in the last 6 weeks. The police won't even go in there anymore.
Paul! 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 Hey, Paul, look, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. Hey, wait a second, will ya?
My father carried a key around his neck. And someday you're going to hear the sound of that key in the door.
I haven't done anything wrong.
Come here, I want to tell you something. Come on and get me if you want. Come on. Come on. Come on and get me. Come on. Come on, try and get me if you want.
Paul!
Come on.
Paul!
He'd go to a movie. I think that's what he'd do. If I could be sure he was in a movie, I could stop worrying. I could have him paged.
Oh, I hate that thing.
Did you see him?
Yeah,
Is he all right?
as far as I know.
Is he coming home?
He ditched me. He started running. And I started running too, but then he lost me in the park.
The park.
It's dark in there.
And that's where he is.
Well, he ducked in one place, and I figured he ducked out another.
You figure.
And then I found this bakery shop that was still open, and I bought a birthday cake.
Oh, what?
For Harold. When Paul comes home, we can all have some birthday cake.
Oh, nice.
There's this cake that somebody didn't pick up. It says, Happy Birthday, somebody else.
Happy birthday, Wanda June.
Or we can just scrape off the Wanda June with a butter knife.
Did you talk to Paul?
Before he started to run? Yeah. And he said to me that his father carries a key to this apartment around his neck.
We've got to find him. And you stay here, Norbert, in case he comes home. Are you sure that's all he said? The thing about the key?
No, he said one other thing, but it wasn't very nice.
Oh, what was it?
Well, he told me to go take a flying leap at the moon.
Yes? Oh, you mean Mrs. Harold Ryan. There hasn't been a Mr. Harold Ryan here for almost 8 years. Well, who's the telegram from? The president of the National Rifle Association. Well, I really don't know what to make of this. There's another Harold Ryan out on Fairchild Boulevard. He has a pet shop. Yeah, well, maybe it's for him. Yeah, well, you do that. Whoops. You startled me.
Yeah, we just got here.
Well, what can I do for you?
I might ask the same of you, but I don't know you well enough at the present time.
I thought you might be burglars, but you're not, I hope.
No, we got a lot of stuff.
Well, what are you doing in here?
Well, I don't know. Geez, I don't know. Ask him.
What do you want in here?
Look at that young man, eh? He's so keen, so intelligent.
Yes, that's Harold Ryan.
No. That's Harold Ryan, the adventurer, the explorer, the Oxford scholar. That is the immortal Harold Ryan.
Are you old friends of Harold Ryan?
Oh, we tried to be. We tried to be.
Well, he's dead, you know.
Dead? Dead, that's such a final word. Dead. Did you hear him? The door was unlocked when we came in. Is it always unlocked?
No, it's always locked.
Ah, but you were here inside, weren't you?
Yes, but... Excuse me, Hello? Oh, hello, Mother.
Hello, Mother.
Who? Well, did she say how far apart the panes were? Yeah, and when was that? Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
Well, call her back and tell her to head for the hospital and tell the hospital to expect her. I'll leave right away. Look, I'm sorry, but I have to go.
Well, we'll miss you so.
No, this isn't my apartment, and there isn't anybody else here. Mrs. Ryan will be back for a while.
I thought it was your apartment. You seem so comfortable here.
No, I'm a neighbor. I live next door, but I have to go to the hospital now. It's an emergency. I'll tell Mrs. Ryan you were here and you can
then
come
she's
back.
still alive.
Yes, she's fine.
She still has the one child, the boy child?
That's right,
She's
one
still
boy.
Mrs. Harold Ryan?
Please, this is an emergency.
Now, let me ask you one question. What exactly is your relationship with Mrs. Ryan?
Well, neighbor, doctor, I live across the hall.
Oh, I see. You're the neighbor, you're the doctor, you live across the hall, and you come in here when it pleases you for various medical purposes.
Yes, please, you'll have to get right.
Doctor, neighbor, that's all.
And her fiancé.
Her fiancé. Well, I hope you both be very happy.
Thank you. I literally have got to run.
Umgawa.
I don't know, boy. I don't know. It's a bitch.
A bitch.
He didn't recognize you.
Well, I never met the man before. Besides, I had my sunglasses on.
I wonder who's gonna recognize us first. They're gonna wet their pants.
I hope the men do. I much rather the women didn't.
I think I'm gonna wet my pants.
Home, sweet home.
One thing anyway, at least Penelope didn't throw out all your crap. I bet Alice threw out my crap when I was gone 1 week.
We'll see. Well, Colonel, doesn't appear to be any action here for a while, so why don't you run on home while the evening's still young, eh?
Home? Jesus, I'm like this. Home?
Home's important to a man.
You know what gets me?
What?
How all the magazines show tits today.
Uh-huh.
Now, that used to be against the law, didn't it?
I suppose.
They must have changed that law. You know what gets me? You know what gets me? Shit. That. How everybody says fuck and shit all the time now. I used to be scared shitless that I would say fuck or shit in public by accident. Now everybody fuck, shit, fuck, shit. I think something very big must have happened while we were gone.
Loose leaf, would you go home, would you?
Well, at least we found the diamonds.
At least.
I'd really feel stupid if we didn't bring anything at all back home.
You brought yourself home, isn't that enough?
Oh, I wish you'd tell Alice that. And that goddamn Mrs. Wheeler.
Tell him yourself.
You don't know my mother-in-law, boy.
My friend, after spending 8 years in the jungle with you, I feel I know your mother-in-law better than anybody in the universe.
Oh, I didn't tell you everything.
The time you were in the tree for 14 days, you didn't try to tell me everything about Mrs. Wheeler?
I didn't even scratch the surface. Oh, you're lucky, boy. You come home, nobody's here. When I go home, everybody's gonna be there.
This room is full of ghosts.
You're lucky, boy. When I go home, my house is gonna be filled with people. You know what gets me?
Loose leaf, go home.
Thank God we found the diamonds.
The hell with the diamonds.
Oh, you were rich before. This is the first time I was ever rich.
Why don't you go home and show them how rich you are for a change, eh?
Can I have the Cadillac?
Yes, you can take the Cadillac and you can drive it off a cliff for all I care.
What are you gonna do for transportation?
I can buy 100 Cadillacs if I want to, Loose Leaf. Now go home.
You know what gets me about that Cadillac?
Go home.
When I drive it, I feel like I'm in the middle of a great big wad of bubble gum. I don't feel anything, I don't hear anything. I figure somebody else is driving, it's a bitch.
Go home, eh?
I'm liable to find anything.
That's the point. You should go home and find out what there is to find before Alice gets a chance to cover up. Now go on.
I know. I don't know. At least she's in the same place. That was spooky, wasn't it? Looking in the window there, and there she was.
Yeah, so long, Colonel.
You know what gets me?
Let's talk about it some other time, shall we?
It's how short the skirts are. Something very important about sex must have happened while we were gone.
Yeah, well, good night, Colonel.
You know what really gets me? Those guys that went to the moon. To the moon, boy!
Loose Leaf, after 8 years of horrendously close relationship with you,
The time has come to part. You see, I crave solitude, time for a reflection and a reunion in privacy with my own flesh and blood. We may not see each other again for months.
Months?
Months and months and months. I certainly am not coming horning back into your life, and I wouldn't welcome you horning back into mine. A chapter has ended, my friend. We are old comrades at the parting of the ways.
Yeah. This is horrible.
Tragic.
the moon, the new heroism. Take the village idiot, you put him into a pressure cooker, you seal it up tight, and then you shoot him at the moon. Oh!
Hello there, young man. I want to tell you something. I can still beat the shit out of you. And if a woman had to choose between us, she'd choose me.
Well, everything seems to be just the way I left it. What's that? A cake. Happy birthday, Wanda June. Who the hell is Wanda June?
I'm Wanda June, and today was going to be my birthday. But I was hit by an ice cream truck before I could have my party. I'm dead now, and I'm in heaven. You see, that's why my parents didn't pick up the cake at the bakery. Oh, I'm not mad at the ice cream truck driver. Even though he was drunk when he hit me. It didn't hurt much. It wasn't even as bad as the sting of a bumblebee. I'm really happy here. You know, I'm glad the driver was drunk. If he hadn't have been, I might never have got to heaven for years and years and years. I would have had to go to the high school first, and then to beauty college, and I would have had to get married and have babies and everything. Now I can just play and play and play. Everybody up here is happy. The animals, the dead soldiers, the people who went to the electric chair, and everything. Nobody's mad. We're all too busy playing shuffleboard. So if you think of killing anybody, don't worry about it. Just go right ahead and do it. Whoever you do it to should kiss you for doing it. Oh, the soldiers just love the shrapnel and the tanks and the bayonets. And the dum-dums that let them play shuffleboard all the time and drink beer.
Mom? Herb? Dr. Woodley? Who's Wanda June? Is there anybody home? Mom?
Yes.
Sir?
I said, I'm home.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you...
You about to ask a question?
Yeah, are you... Do you...
Ask it.
Do you know who Wanda June is?
Oh, no, I'm afraid life has denied me that thrill.
Do you mind if I ask who you are?
Mine? Yes, God, yes, I mind. Oh, I see, yes. Well, there was a man. He said he was the family physician. He let me in a little while ago.
Dr. Woodley.
Dr. Woodley. Maybe I should keep a list.
Is there anybody beside you here now?
Oh, no. The doctor was called away on an emergency, a birth, I think.
Well, where's Mom? Who are you?
I'm a friend of your father's. I don't understand something. You don't know where your mother is? I mean, does she put on a short skirt and go out drinking every night, does she?
She went to the fight with Herb Shuttle.
Herb Shuttle. Well, Dr. Woodley and Herb Shuttle.
When did you know my father?
Oh, I knew your father, man and boy.
Everybody says he was so brave.
This Herb Shuttle, does he say so?
He worships Father.
He does he? Well, come. Tell me something. What kind of a man is this worshiper?
He's a vacuum cleaner salesman.
He came in here one afternoon to demonstrate his wares, and he found your mother, as it was, charmingly en déshabillé.
Well, she met him at college.
College?
They were in the same creative writing class.
College?
She has a master's degree in English literature.
What a pity. Educating a beautiful woman is like pouring honey over a fine Swiss watch. Everything stops. This Dr. Woodley, does he worship your father also?
No, he insults him all the time.
That's good. That's great. You see, that makes life more spicy.
Hey, you know what he called Father one time?
What?
Harold, the patron saint of taxidermy.
Yeah. Go on. All right, now tell me, what does he do, this doctor of an athletic nature?
Nothing. He plays the violin in a doctor's quartet.
Doctor's quartet?
Were you in a war with Father?
Oh, yes, I was in some big wars, little wars, teeny-weeny wars, and some were just and otherwise.
Tell me some stories about Dad.
Hey, Dad, come here. A boy wants to hear tales of daring do, eh? All right, you pick a country, eh?
England.
No, for God's sake, let's forget about England.
No, only about Dad in England.
Well, they put him behind a desk in England.
A desk?
Yes, well, I mean, he helped plan the air raids.
Oh.
Look, ask him about the time he was the youngest soldier in Spain in the Abraham Lincoln Brigade. He was a sniper, he was famous, and he was called La Picadura, the sting.
The sting?
Yes, like in death. Where is thy sting, eh? Your father killed 50 men and wounded God knows how many hundreds more.
The sting.
Ask about the time he and I were parachuted into Yugoslavia to join a band of guerrillas in the war against the Nazis. I saw your father fight Major Siegfried von Koenigswald, the beast of Yugoslavia, hand to hand.
Tell me that.
Right. We hid by day and we fought by night, you see. One afternoon at sunset, your father and I were looking through a pair of binoculars when we saw this Mercedes pull up in front of the village inn. It was escorted by 2 motorcycles and 1 armored car. And out of that black Mercedes stepped one of the most hateful men in all of history, the beast of Yugoslavia. Wow. We blacked our hands and faces. into the village. It was called Maravich. Remember the name Maravich?
Maravich.
And your father, he came up behind a sentry. And he slit his throat before he could utter a word.
Yeah.
And we found another crowd all alone on the back lane. And your father choked him to death with a length of piano wire. Your father was a virtuoso with piano wire. Then we went into the back of the village inn, and with the permission of the management, we poisoned the wine of the 6 krauts that were carousing there.
And one of them was a beast of Yugoslavia?
Oh, no. He was upstairs. He came running downstairs when he heard the loud calls. The men were making the last wills and testaments, and they were lamenting about the hospitality they had received, you see. And then I saw your father step forward and say in perfect German, which he had learned in the Spanish Civil War,
Major, I believe something tragic has happened to your bodyguard. I, sir, am Harold Ryan of the United States of America, and you, sir, are the beast of Yugoslavia!
And everybody talking about heaven ain't going there. Heaven, heaven.
Maravich. That name will live forever.
Yeah. I am Major Siegfried von Königswald. They used to call me the Beast of Yugoslavia on account of all the people I had tortured and shot and hanged. We'd bop them on the head. We'd hook them up to the electricity. We'd stick them with hypodermic syringes filled with all kinds of stuff. One time, we killed a guy with orange juice. Yeah, we were interrogating this guy one day, and he wouldn't talk. And the next thing I know, somebody's filling this big syringe with orange juice. That Harold Ryan, he says he spoke to me in perfect German, yeah? He talks German like my ass chews gum. I'm glad to hear the wonderful thing he said before he killed me. Yeah, I sure didn't understand it the first time around. I thought he was a Lithuanian, maybe. Yeah, all I knew was he was very proud about something. The woods were full of all kinds of nuts who were proud of some damn thing or other. Yeah, and they all had guns. They were always looking for revenge. You find a way to bottle revenge, that's the end of schnapps and Coca-Cola. Harold Ryan said he killed maybe 200 guys, eh? I killed 100 times that many, I bet. Well, that's still peanuts, of course, compared to what that crazy loose leaf did. Oh, yeah, but you see, Harold and me, we was doing it the hard way. Yeah, I hope the record books will show that. Yeah, I'm up in heaven now. Yeah, like that little Fantachune kid. I wasn't hit by no ice cream truck. Harold Ryan, he killed me with his bare hands. He was good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, my eyes popped out. My tongue stuck out like a red banana. I shit in my pants. It was a mess. When I got up on the day I died, I said, what a beautiful day this is. What a beautiful part of the world. The whole planet was beautiful. Up here, I meet guys from other planets. We got some really crazy-looking guys up here. Their planet weren't anywhere near as nice as Earth, you know that? They had clouds all the time. They never saw a clear blue sky. They never saw snow. They never saw an ocean. They had some little lakes, yeah. Oh, yeah, but you couldn't go swimming in them. The lakes was acid. You go swimming, you dissolve. We got some guys up here got shoved in them lakes. They dissolved. You know, if I had lived through the war, and they tried me for war crimes and all that, I'd have had to tell the court, I guess, I was just following orders, as a good soldier should. Hitler told me to kill that guy with orange juice.
Moravich, that name will go down in history. It was there that Harold Ryan slew the beast of Yugoslavia. Moravich.
When I grow up, I'm going to go to Mravich.
I'm afraid that won't do you any good. It isn't there anymore.
Sir?
Well, the Germans killed everybody in the village, you see. They wanted revenge for the slaying of the beast of Yugoslavia. I mean, to their twisted minds, they acted as if your father had killed an Eagle Scout. Do you play contact sports?
Well, I wanted to go out for football, but Mom's afraid I get hurt.
You're supposed to get hurt.
Well, Dr. Woodley says he's seen hundreds of children permanently injured by football. He says that when there's a war, everybody goes but football players.
I hope you don't think too badly of me. I wonder who won the fight.
Listen, let me ask you a question. Doesn't it disturb you that your mother's engaged to a man like that?
They're not engaged.
Well, they certainly tried to convince me they were.
No. Can't be. How embarrassing.
You're a very good boy to respond like that.
Oh,
Wonder if I could use the sanitary facilities.
sure. Go ahead. Oh.
Thank God.
I told you not to worry.
My baby's safe.
What's the matter now?
We got a birthday cake, kid. Did you see the cake?
Are you and Dr. Woodley engaged?
Who have you been talking to?
What difference does that make? Is Dr. Woodley going to be my father now?
Yes, he is.
Well, that goes double for me.
I don't want to live anymore!
I feel I just want to shout my head off. I just want to shout anything at all. Bull! Dickie!
I'll kill myself!
The wife of Harold Ryan is going to marry a pansy next? Oh, this is the end of Western civilization. You must be nutty as a fruitcake.
Possibly.
Just how long has this been going on?
A week. We were waiting for the right time.
I feel like I've been made a perfect chump of.
I'm sorry.
Marry me instead.
Thanks, Herb. You're a wonderful man. You really are. Everybody respects you for all you've done for scouting and the Little League.
Are you saying no?
I'm saying no. And thank you.
Oh, I didn't make my move fast enough. Is that it?
Oh.
No, I know. I was too respectful.
You were wonderful.
Well, what's so wonderful if I lost the sale? Oh, you poor little kid.
Don't touch me!
Wouldn't you rather have me for a father than him?
No!
Well, all my dreams have suddenly collapsed. We did have a lot of laughs, didn't we, Penelope?
It's true.
Thanks.
Is Norbert still here?
No.
Who, flushed the toilet?
Father's friend.
What's his name?
I don't know.
For heaven's sakes! How do you do?
How do you do? They said you were beautiful, Mrs. Ryan, and so you are. Am I intruding?
Not at all.
You'll have to excuse me. I couldn't help but overhear that you're planning to get married again.
Our
family physician has asked me to marry him. Paul needs all the guidance and companionship only a man can give. He isn't a bit like Harold. But then again, I'm not the woman that I was 8 years ago.
Mom?
That man is your father.
What?
There stands the loins from which you've sprung.
I don't get it. It is you, isn't it, Harold?
Yes, wife, it is. Well, come on, boy. Your father's home.
Sir?
Son?
Father?
Son?
Father?
Son?
Father!
Wife? 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 What's the matter?
Give us time, Harold.
It's like hugging a lamppost.
Give us time to adjust to your being alive.
Well, you seem adjusted to the fact that I was dead.
We adjust to what we have to adjust to.
This is the way I imagined the reunion to be at all.
A telegram, a phone call might have helped.
No, this seemed the most honest way to start our life together again. Natural and unrehearsed.
Well, enjoy the honest, natural, unrehearsed result. Surgical shock.
You think you're behaving as a woman should?
Every fuse in my nervous system has blown. Who's that? Teddy Roosevelt?
Well, safe and sound, I see. Oh, you came back.
Oh, yes, I came back.
You know each other?
We met earlier in the evening.
How neat, how keen.
How was your emergency doctor? Profitable, I hope?
A policeman delivered the baby in a taxi cab.
Oh, what a pity. That means you had to have split the fee, huh?
Penelope, are you crying?
Of course she's crying. She's crying because she's so happy.
That's why I'm crying.
Dr. Woodley, you know who this is?
I didn't get his name. He's a friend of your father.
He isn't any friend of Father's.
He isn't.
He is my father.
Oh, no.
Oh, yup. Dr. Woodley, I would like you to meet Harold, my husband. Harold, I would like you to meet Dr. Woodley, my fiancé.
Good night, dear. Good night, dear. Stay or go. Talk or sulk. Laugh or cry, as you wish.
Do whatever seems called for.
My mind is gone. Good night.
Well, I feel the same way. What next?
Well, you have to leave at once, of course. There's no question now whose house this is.
No?
Know whose son this is or whose wife that is. So a fiancé in the household at the moment is the most ridiculous of pertinence. Good night, Doctor.
Good night.
Penelope! Penelope, come on, go on! Open the, She's probably fixing her makeup.
Is Loose Leaf Harper alive?
Oh, yes, he's alive and hale and throwing a little surprise party for his own family. Penelope! Is your mother always this unstable? Penelope!
She's a real heavy sleeper sometimes.
Why don't you go to bed, son?
I can't take my eyes off you.
Ah, tomorrow's another day.
You know what my teacher said about you?
We can talk about that tomorrow.
She said you're legendary. Your father's a legendary hero out of the golden age of
That's
heroes.
very nice. Now, why don't you thank her for me? I'll tell you what you do. You turn around, go to bed, and get a good night's sleep, and thank her for me in the morning, all right?
Tomorrow's Saturday. Anyway, she's dead.
Penelope!
She was killed in the park 2 months ago, in the daytime.
Penelope!
She was on her way home for a meeting of the African Violet Society, and they got her.
Will you go to bed?
If you can't wake a mom, I've got double-decker bunks.
Penelope! Penelope, my darling! Penelope, wife, can you hear me? Penelope, you know what kept me alive all these feverish, swampy nightmare years? Your face, Penelope, your face always shimmering before me, coaxing me up on my knees, begging me to stagger one step closer to home. Has love ever reached so far? Has love ever overcome more hardships than mine? Has love ever demanded more manliness of a man, more womanness of a woman? Has ever a man done more for a woman's reward?
There is no one in here of any earthly use to anyone tonight. Tomorrow is another day.
Penelope!
Or you can sleep up there, Dad.
Never mind that. Get dressed. We're going for a walk. Come on, come on, come on.
You all right?
Dad,
Yes, son?
how did you meet Mom?
Not in college, you can bet your ass. And I had no beard. Can you imagine me without a beard? And I wasn't as good looking then as I am now. What the crutch cricket that doctor is! Well, be that as it may, I just came back from Kenya to find that my third wife, Mildred, like the two before, had become a drunken bum. I find in my experience that alcoholism is far more prevalent among women than it is men. So I got into my automobile and I drove through the night until I saw a sign that said, Hamburger Heaven. Ciao, come on, girl, hurry up. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Can I help you, sir?
I think so. How old are you, my dear?
18
18
and a half.
and a half. You are a Gemsbok, a Springbok, an Aurochs, and a Gazelle.
Sir?
Never mind. Just let me have a hamburger raw, and I'll have an onion I can eat whole like an apple. You understand?
Yes, sir. And what to drink?
What time do you get off work, my darling?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm engaged to be married. My boyfriend would be mad at me if I went out with another man.
Aha, but have you in your wildest dreams ever thought of meeting a friendly millionaire?
I'm engaged.
Daughter, I love you very much.
You don't even know me.
Oh, but you are a woman, and I know woman well.
This is crazy.
Yes, destiny often seems that way. You are going to marry me.
What do you do for a living?
I don't do anything for a living. My parents died in an automobile accident when I was 16 years of age, but they left me a brewery and a whole baseball team. I live. That's what I do for a living. I live. In fact, I just came back from Kenya where I was hunting Mau Mau.
No, I'm cold. Come, let's go back.
Will you help me with that box, Dad?
Oh, please.
Please?
Oh, that's better.
What'll it be?
Huh?
What'll you have?
Oh, geez, I don't know. A double.
A double what?
What?
Loose leaf. It can't be. You're dead.
I am?
He used to live right across the street. How many years ago?
Oh, geez, I don't know, you know.
This is the man that dropped the bomb on Nagasaki.
Will you have a heart?
Hey, I've always wanted to meet one of you guys.
Oh, Jesus.
A man brave enough to do something like that. He ought to be brave enough to answer some questions about it, too.
Yeah, well, you have to understand what it's like to be in the Air Force and how they give you your orders and all that stuff. Or what it feels like to be in a plane, what the world looks like down there. Huh? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, who?
Mom! Mother! Mom! Dad's got jungle fever, Mom! What do I do? He's got jungle fever.
Damn it! What are his symptoms?
Shivers and sweats and groans. His teeth chatter. What are we gonna do?
What does he say to do?
Oh, he can hardly talk.
Better get Dr. Woodley. Really? It's an emergency, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, get him.
Okay. Dr. Woodley! Dr. Woodley!
What's this all about?
We thought a doctor might help.
Your old beau?
It's an emergency, isn't it?
No, I don't want that shanker mechanic in here.
He's a very decent man,
We
Harold.
are all decent people.
Shouldn't you lie down?
Only when I'm dead or fucking.
Paul said you were awfully sick.
I was, but I'm all right now. The Indians call it Zambakicha, the little cloudburst.
Mom?
Well, you're ambulatory.
What a brilliant diagnosis.
You know what I want? I want for you two to be friends. I like you both, respect you both. You should be friends.
And nothing would please me more.
Oh, thank God.
Well, how is the patient today? A little touch of malaria, perhaps?
You don't get malaria from the bite of a bat.
You've been bitten by bats?
Yes. I once lived in the top of a tree with a whole family of bats. There was a flash flood, and the river was full of piranha fish. That's how Colonel Harper lost his little toe.
Have you had chills?
Chills, sweats, fever, describe it any way you like. In fact, you can name it after yourself if you like, Doctor. Dr. Woodley's Galloping Crud, and I'm about to eat the cure, too. You can name that after yourself if you like.
What is that?
It's the Paqualina Chiwa root.
Would you say that again?
Paqualina Chiwa root, commonly known as cougar fang, cures everything but a yellow streak down your back.
I've never heard of
Well,
it.
congratulations, Doctor. Now, after crossing 24 feet of cockroach-infested carpet, you have become the third white man in history ever to hear of it.
And you have seen it work cure?
Hundreds.
I'm so glad you two like each other. I was so scared.
Have some.
Thank you very much. You know, more and more we find ourselves laying aside false pride and looking into the pharmacopoeias of primitive peoples. Curare, ephedrine, we've found some amazing things.
Oh, we have we?
Well, that's an editorial I haven't turned up anything personally.
Oh, you and your damn bedside matter and your little black bag filled with miracles. You know who fills that bag for you? Not Alice sit by the fires like yourself. Oh, no, by God. Men with guts. Men with guts enough to pay the price for sacrifice, loneliness, and gratitude and death. No, I can hear the editorializing wee now as Loose Leaf Harper and I fly in the Paqualina Chiwa route. I can hear you saying, oh, we discovered it in the Amazon rainforest, and we offer it to you as a cure. And now we lower our heads with becoming modesty as we receive your heartfelt thanks.
Bravo, Mr. Ryan.
Now, bless you, doctor. Oh, healer, or protector, or giver of life.
He doesn't deserve this. You don't know him. It isn't fair.
He thought he could take my place. Well, now it's my privilege to give him an unambiguous account of how I don't think he's man enough to do that.
I thought she was a widow.
Well, you were wrong, you quack!
Awful. I can't tell you how sorry I am.
Say hello to your mother for me.
Do say hello to your mother.
I'm going to take her to the airport in a few minutes. She's going to East St. Louis for a few days to visit an aunt.
Tell her to have a nice trip.
Thank you. I'm going to have to report you to the Department of Health.
Oh, what?
Quarantine, possibly. You might have some loathsome disease that the American people could well do without.
Now, that is what I call fun.
Cruel, unnecessary.
I used to enjoy the twitting of weaklings.
I did?
Yes. We're a hell of a pair, you and I. We're going to be a hell of a pair again. You know what we need? A honeymoon.
A trip, you mean?
No, I had a trip. No, I mean a honeymoon. Let's start right here now. Why don't you go out and play?
Play?
Yes, play. Your mother and I, we don't want to be disturbed for at least 3 full hours.
He hasn't had breakfast yet.
Here, run up and buy yourself some breakfast.
$100?
Yeah, it's the smallest thing I've got.
Well, can I get dressed?
Yes, but make it fast, 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 fast. Honeymoon. Yes. Honeymoon. Say it, honeymoon.
So stark.
Ah, but you like it stark.
Just bang, we have a honeymoon.
I'm not going to strike you or anything. I shall be very gentle. I shall be as gentle as lemon meringue pie. Here I come. Here comes your loving husband approaching. Yes, I'm your husband. And society approves. Ah, good. You see, you held your ground. Now, turn around.
Turn around?
Oh, I'm not going to introduce you to a jungle novelty. No, I'm just going to give you a massage, a perfectly decent massage. So turn around. Turn around. That's good. Now, I'm going to put my hands on your shoulders, and you mustn't scream. So tense. So tense.
You shouldn't have spoken to Norbert that way.
Thinking with your brain, you see. You must relax. Forget Norbert. It's body time.
But I have a brain.
Yes, we all do. But it's body time, you see. Ideally, a woman's body should feel like a hot water bottle filled with Devonshire cream. And yours feels like a paper bag full of curtain rods. Relax, relax. That's it. That's my girl. Relax, yes. Relax. Now, we're going to get the small of the back. Yes. Let's unravel those knots over the kidney.
Dad?
Huh? When you vanished quietly out the back door.
But $100 for breakfast?
Leave a tip.
I have some change.
Ram it up your ass. Terribly sorry about that. Those words were illy chosen. Nevertheless, we're all under tension here. Now, there's something I want you both to understand. The head of the household is home. His name is Harold Ryan, and people do what he says when he says it, because that's the way this particular clock is constructed. Oh, I'm getting so I hate that thing myself.
I've been looking at motorcycles. Did you ever own a motorcycle?
Hello, Lucy.
Oh, hello, Penelope.
Right, we'll take a trip. That's what we'll do. Take a trip. And you, I don't want to talk to you about motorcycles, and I don't want to talk to you about tits. Now, go home.
I haven't got one.
And you went home unannounced, too?
I don't know. Oh, unannounced. Oh, yeah. I did. Yeah.
How are things?
Let's talk about something else.
Alice got married again.
She did?
You didn't even find that out?
There was so much going on.
She married an accountant called Stanley Kestenbaum.
Ah, that's it. Kestenbaum. You know, they all kept yelling, Kestenbaum, Kestenbaum. And I thought it was some foreign language.
Otherwise, how are things?
Well, I certainly didn't expect her to drop dead.
Dead?
Jesus.
Alice is dead.
No, shit, no. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, Penelope.
For what?
For saying shit. Oh, no, that's all right now.
Who's dead?
My mother-in-law. Fire engines, pull motors, doctors, cops, coroners. Oh.
What happened?
Well, I walked up to the front door. I'm still alive, big surprise. And I rang the doorbell, and old Mrs. Wheeler answered. She had her knitting. And I said, guess who? And she conked right out.
Oh, horrible.
Yeah, cripes. I never got any sense out of Alice. When she came out, she found me holding up the old lady dead as a mackerel. It was a bitch.
Wake up! Oh, please, wake up!
Kirsten Ball!
Hello, Alice.
Who's Kestenbaum?
I'll tell you. Wait a minute, listen.
My mother's up there with Kestenbaum. Oh, why didn't you?
I'm back. I'm alive.
Who's Kestenbaum? Who's Kestenbaum? Well, what fun is it? What's going on?
8 years you was gone and he told us back Kestenbaum.
Which one?
I don't know, maybe Mrs. Wheeler would have died then and there anyway, even if I'd been the paper boy. And maybe not. You see, that's civilian life for you. Who knows what kills anybody in civilian life?
Or random accident.
Yeah, first Nagasaki, now this.
Well, life goes on. Here, have a drink. All right, wife, let's have some breakfast.
Breakfast?
Yes, breakfast. I want scrambled eggs and kippered herrings fried, and I want an onion whole. I want to eat it like an apple. Oh, yes, and I want oceans and oceans of orange juice.
Mrs. Wheeler is dead.
Then let me have a side order of Mrs. Wheeler.
That is the most heartless statement I ever heard pass between human lips.
Which one?
Bring your side order, Mrs. Wheeler.
Why, she didn't hear it. She's dead. She's in heaven. She's enjoying a life of pure joy. Nothing could be nicer than that. Come on, Chow. Harold Ryan wants Chow.
What a honeymoon!
Well, the honeymoon is temporarily canceled. And that boy's got to get some exercise. He simply sits around all day stuffing himself with fig Newtons and baking his brains out over the steam radiators.
You're wrong.
Well, then let's him go out and get some exercise right now.
Well, what kind of exercise?
Find somebody who hates you and beat the shit out of him. All right, woman. Nourishment, woman. Nourishment.
We're all going to have to go out for breakfast. The cook quit yesterday.
You're a woman, aren't you? Well, then we have a cook. Yes, you cook, by God. You're the nigger now.
People don't use that word anymore.
Oh, please, don't lecture me on racial relationships. I don't have a molecule of prejudice. And I've been in battle with every kind of man there is, and I've been in bed with every kind of woman there is, from a Laplander to a Terra del Fuegian. And if I ever been to the South Pole, there would have been a hell of a lot of penguins that looked like me. So cook.
You leave me so without dignity.
People need dignity to fry eggs.
They don't have to feel like slaves.
Right, my darling. Then fry with dignity, sunny side up.
I don't know, boy. I don't know.
The educational process.
I guess so. You're lucky you don't have any old people around here.
Listen, she was about to get married again. She locked me out of the bedroom last night. What's so funny?
Nothing. No, you know me.
I should have torn the door off the hinges. I should have scrogged her ears off. I should have broken the bed. Well, what do you want? What?
I was just wondering whether there was anything you shouldn't eat because of your jungle fever.
I can eat anything. You can give me a plate full of raw baby crocodiles. The way to get your wife back is in bed. You do such a job on her that she's lucky she can crawl around on all fours. She had 2 lovers. 2.
Gee, oh, sorry.
One of them
as a doctor. His weapons are compassion, unselfishness, peacefulness, and maudlin concern. In his lover like a rettiari. You know what a rettiari is?
Yes, I know. A rettiari, kind of a gladiator who fights with a net and a knife, and he doesn't wear anything but a jock strap.
I do know that.
You told me.
When?
When we were up in the tree so long with those bats.
Oh, I've forgotten.
14 times you told me. I counted.
Really?
Yeah, you get this funny look in your eyes, and I think, oh, Jesus, he's going to tell me what a rettiari is again.
Oh, sorry about that. Don't tell me, let me guess. Breakfast is ready?
No.
What then?
I do not wish to be scrogged. Ever. I never heard that word before. But when I heard it, I knew it was one thing I never wanted to have happen to me.
Oh, you're supposed to say that.
This is not a coy deception. I do not want to be scrogged. I want love. I want tenderness.
You don't know what you want. The way God built you that way.
I will not be scrogged. I remember one time I saw you wrench a hook from the throat of a fish with a pair of pliers. And you promised me that that fish couldn't feel.
It couldn't.
I'd like to have the expert opinion of the fish along with yours.
Fish can't feel.
Well, I can. I'm not a silly car hop anymore. Maybe you're right about the fish. When I was a car hop, I didn't feel much more than a fish would. But I've been sensitized. I've got ideas now. And solid information. I know much more. And a lot of it has to do with you.
Such as?
The whole concept of heroism and its sexual roots.
Oh, well, do tell me more about its sexual roots.
It's complicated, and I don't want to go into it now because somebody's bound to feel insulted. Even though nobody means for anybody to be insulted, it's just the truth.
The truth? Well, I like the truth. I wouldn't be alive today if I weren't one of the biggest fans that truth ever had.
Well, part of it is that heroes basically hate home and never stay there very long and make awful messes when they're there.
Go on.
And they have very mixed feelings about women. They hate them in a way. One reason they like war so much is that they can capture the enemy women and not have to make love to them tenderly and gently. They can scrog them, as you say, for revenge.
You learned all this in some college course.
I learned a lot of things in college. Actually, it was Norbert taught me that.
The doctor?
Yes.
Wow. And what is the doctor's most cherished possession?
His most cherished possession? Well, his violin, I guess.
And he keeps it in his apartment?
Yes.
And no one's there now?
I don't think so.
Well, that's a shame.
What are you going to do?
He tried to destroy my most precious possession, which is the high opinion women have of me. Well, hell, I'm going to even a score. I'm going to go in there, break down the door, and smash it violin.
No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am.
No.
Oh, yes.
No.
Out of the way, woman. Get out of the way. Go!
Harold, don't.
Why?
Because if you do, I'll leave you.
Goodbye. Peace and love, my ass!
What did you do that for?
Because Dr. Woodley tried to poison my wife's mind and steal my child, for which I will kill him.
Oh, we have this new club up here in heaven.
Oh, yes, we do. In heaven, shuffleboard is everything. Hitler plays shuffleboard.
Albert Einstein plays shuffleboard.
Mozart plays shuffleboard.
Lewis Carroll, who wrote Alice in Wonderland, plays shuffleboard.
Jack the Ripper plays shuffleboard.
Walt Disney, who gave us Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, plays shuffleboard.
Yeah.
Even Jesus Christ plays shuffleboard.
That was almost worth the trip. To find out that Jesus Christ in heaven is just another guy playing shuffleboard. I like his sense of humor, though, you know? He's got this blue and gold warm-up jacket he wears, yeah? You know what it says on the back? Pontius Pilate Athletic Club.
We're gonna have jackets too, aren't we?
Are we going to have jackets? You bet we're going to have jackets. The Harold Ryan Fan Club. Pink, eh? With a yellow streak up the back. Judas Iscariot, he's got this black jacket with a skull and crossbones over the heart. Hello! Say, you're Mildred, right?
Yeah, I heard you were looking for me.
Oh, yeah. You were Harold Ryan's third wife, right?
Yes.
Would you like to join the Harold Ryan fan club? Wear a pink jacket with a yellow streak up the back?
Do I have to? Who's the little girl?
Oh, Mr. Ryan just borrowed my birthday cake. I don't really know him.
Oh, I thought you were another wife, maybe.
But I'm only 10 years old.
Well, that's what he wanted, a 10-year-old wife. He'd come home from a war or safari and wind up talking to the little kids.
Oh, aren't you gonna join our club? Please join our club.
Honey, Alcoholics Anonymous takes all the time I got. Harold Ryan is an individual I'd rather forget. He drove me to drink. You know, he drove his first 2 wives to drink.
Because he was cruel?
Premature ejaculation.
Ah, so.
No grown woman is a fan of premature ejaculation. Harold would come home trumpeting and roaring and kick the furniture with his boots and spit in the corners in the fireplace, carry me into the bedroom, telling me to scream and kick my feet. That was very important to him. I did it. I tried to be a good wife. He told me to imagine a herd of stampeding water buffalo. It was all over 10 seconds after he said the word buffalo.
That is sad.
Is it? You know, I have this theory about why men kill each other and break things.
Yeah?
Oh, never mind. It's just a dumb theory. I was going to say that it's all sexual, but everything's sexual. But alcohol. Peace?
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 Jesus, I don't know. Go to the funeral?
Of course, go to it. Not only go to it in full uniform. Rent a uniform.
That's against the law. I'm not allowed to wear a uniform anymore. Hey, screwdriver.
Wear your uniform and all your decorations and let them despise you if they dare.
Despise me, Alice. Be absolutely tear-assed. It's a bitch.
Yes. Oh, that was a bitch. Now, getting back to the uniform. When I was a naive recruit in Spain, I used to wonder why the soldiers went around bayoneting oil paintings and cutting the noses off statues and defecating into grand pianos, you see. Well, now I understand. It was to teach the civilian population the deepest respect for men in uniform. Uncontrollable fear. Yes. Well, to our women.
I didn't know we had any women left.
Oh, my boy. The world is teeming with women, ours to enjoy.
You want to know something?
What?
Every time I start thinking like that, I get the clap.
That's probably my next wife. Hello. Hello, honey bunch.
Is Penelope in?
The posies for Penelope?
I wanted to apologize.
Well, you've come to the right man.
I forgot my vacuum cleaner.
Why forget mine for years on end?
Oh, my God. Are you loose leaf Harper?
Hello?
Well, it certainly is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
That's something I've dreamed of all my life, loose leaf. To have a grown man
realize who I am and faint.
I told you the uniform wouldn't help.
Helped more than you know. Deep down, they were deeply affected.
Yeah, you keep saying deep and deeply. I wish something good would happen on the surface sometime.
Yeah, something good is going to happen when I get my hands on that pill roller. I called his office in the hospital and Dr. Woodley has vanished.
Gee, I can't get over how you guys are my friends. Harold Ryan and Loose Leaf Harper are my friends.
Our pleasure.
8 years you guys were together through thick and thin.
Well, actually, 7.5 of those years we were heavily drugged. We were saved from starvation by the Lupo Indians who fed us a very strange blue soup.
A blue soup?
Yes, it sapped our wills and made us peaceful and unenterprising. It was a form of chemical castration. We became like 2 more sleepy Indians.
Hey, kid, how are they hanging? You don't say that to a kid.
That's all right. He's a man. Tell him you're a man.
I'm a man.
Wait a minute. Go on. We've got to do something to make that boy's voice change. I think we should go out and fry up a batch of bull's balls or something. Hey.
Thanks, Dad.
Still miss your mother?
A little bit.
Oh, you can go back to her if you want, you know. If you want to be a woman and run with the women, just say so.
No.
Well, I suppose it was too much to expect Woody to get physical over his violin, but nevertheless, someday we're going to meet face to face, and then he'll learn what it means not to have brains. What it means not to have brains enough to stay out of the boudoir. Now, this is my game plan. You're a hell of a chef, aren't you?
You mean you're actually going to take me to see where the elephants go to die?
I'd rather go to Vietnam.
Vietnam? Gee, I was kind of thinking about elephants. Would you please pass me the ketchup?
Well, what you're supposed to say is, please pass the fucking ketchup.
Please pass the fucking ketchup. Thanks. Gee, I keep thinking about Africa and all those elephants.
Africa? I don't think I'll go.
Of course you'll go. Gonna fly the helicopter.
I don't know, boy.
Sam.
Phoned you at the hotel because Mr. Ryan called down an hour ago about throwing your things in the city dump.
Thanks, Sam. How's Paul?
Well, I haven't seen much of him. Only when he went to a funeral.
A funeral?
Yeah, and came back with the group carrying a jug of whiskey.
Norbert!
Quinella.
Your office told me you were in East St. Louis.
No, I was afraid of fighting Harold.
Good.
But I've thought it over, and I have to have satisfaction.
Absolutely not. I'm going to get Paul out of that apartment.
Well, then I'll help you.
I can handle this myself. Sam, have you got a couple of cartons?
I'll take care of it right away.
What's the matter with you? Why are you so low? There's a beautiful piece of red meat and we haven't even touched it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. But, you know, you're going to have a place to come back to, and I'm not even going to have a place to come back to anymore.
That's all the more reason to go to Africa.
No, I don't know. No, I used to really love that Alice. Did you know that?
Well, now you know for what she really is.
What?
Garbage.
Oh, no, I don't know. No.
Oh, yes, she always was a terrible wife. She was against everything manly ever wanted to do. Here's a man who was the greatest test pilot in America, and his wife makes him quit and becomes an insurance salesman instead.
Well, I think any woman worth her salt would be proud to be married to a test pilot. I know I would.
Well, she tried. She tried to like it. She's a nervous woman.
I could tell that at the funeral. Will you please pass the fucking ketchup again? Is it dangerous testing airplanes?
I don't know. Who knows? you know, you're up there in some plane that nobody ever flew before, and you put him in a dive, and everything starts screaming and shaking, and then maybe some pipe breaks and squirts oil or gasoline or hydraulic fluid right in your face, and you do wonder how you ever got in such a hell of a mess in the first place. But then you pull back on the controls, and you black out for a couple of seconds, but when you come to, everything is usually fairly okay. Except maybe you threw up all over yourself. Dangerous. Nah, it's just another job. But try and tell Alice that.
Insurance.
You mean you actually sold insurance?
I tried. Oh, I sold him some. That was the only insurance I ever sold to him.
That's an awful sound.
I'll get used to it. All right, Pools, the back door. Get going. You know, maybe we should take Paul to Africa with us. Let him get away from the unusable conveniences of an unsociable society. Let him get a true perspective of life.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi, Mom.
How are you?
Fine.
Who is it?
It's Mom.
Oh, hello, Penelope.
Shut up, you ninny. What are you doing here? You were never to come back here for any reason whatsoever.
I came for my things.
You're lucky. They're almost in the city dump.
You took Paul to a funeral, I hear.
He's never seen a corpse. Now he's seen a dozen.
A dozen?
It's a very big and busy funeral.
Did you like it,
Not
dear?
a question of liking it. It's a question of getting used to death as a perfectly natural thing. Would you leave immediately? I mean, no woman ever walked out on Harold Ryan and came back again for anything.
Unless she had nerve.
Well, you got more nerve than your doctor, I have to admit that.
Oh, Mom,
Now, you just keep out of this. By the way, what's happened to him lately? I haven't seen him around for almost 2 days. He lost interest in his colored television and his violin.
He knows you shattered his violin.
Oh, I'm dying to hear his reaction.
He cried.
What, over a broomstick and a cigar box and the attenuated intestines of an alley cat?
200 years old.
Oh, and he feels an awful loss, which was precisely my intention.
He had hoped that someone would be playing it still. 200 years from now. Oh, so you and Harold are friends now?
Well, he's the greatest guy I ever met. He's the most complicated guy I ever met. You know, he's actually going to take me to Africa with him.
You think I've done a dreadful thing? Leaving him?
Oh, if he was my husband, I certainly wouldn't walk out.
And you, Colonel? Let me guess. You don't know.
I don't know. Geez, I wouldn't want to be married to him, you know?
What's this?
Well, I wouldn't want to be married to me either. I think we're crazy.
Oh, you do, eh? In what way, pray tell?
I didn't like the violin thing. I thought that was sad.
It's tit for tat, simple as that.
Yeah, but a violin? You know, when you busted that guy's violin, and then Penelope walked out, I thought to myself, oh, who could blame her?
Well, maybe it's time for you to go.
Me?
You.
Okay. Okay.
You're an imbecile.
Yeah, well, I know you think that.
Everyone thinks that.
Well, anybody who's gonna drop an atom bomb on a city has gotta be pretty dumb.
The one direct, intelligent, decisive action of your life.
I don't think so. It could have been.
If what?
If I hadn't done it. If I had just said to myself, screw it, I think I'm gonna let all those people down there live.
What are you talking about? They were enemies. We were at war.
Jesus. Wars. They'd be a lot better, I think, if guys would just say to themselves sometimes, Jesus, I'm not gonna do that to the enemy. I think that's too much. You know what? You could have been the manufacturer of that violin there. And I know you don't know how to make a violin, but just by not busting it. I could have been the father of all those people. and Nagasaki and their mother just by not dropping the bomb. So I sent him to heaven instead. And I don't think there is one.
Goodbye, Colonel.
So long, you guys.
What'll you do, Colonel?
Oh, I don't know. I'll marry the first whore who's nice to me. No. I get a job in a motorcycle shop. So, you guys.
Who's going to fly the helicopter now?
What?
We're going to have to get another pilot.
What are you talking about?
For Africa.
Africa? You don't think that Harold Ryan's going to go to Africa with a vacuum cleaner salesman, do you?
You invited me.
What, so you could make a fool of yourself? Oh, no, my boy. You've found your proper position in life, sucking up dirt for frumpish housewives. Closet drunkards, every one of them.
How do you know how I'd act in Africa?
Well, look how you're acting now. It is the moment of truth, and you look at me almost crying when you should suck me.
You're my buddy.
Out. Out! Now, what have we here? A family?
Almost a Christmas scene.
Goodbye.
I'm not finished yet. And when I'm finished packing, there's something else.
Money, there's plenty of that. Mildred got the brewery, you'll probably wind up with the baseball team.
I'm going to my room now and close the door. I don't want to hear anymore.
You see that? You see what you've done? You've upset him. He was marrying hell before you came home. And where's the good doctor? Have you and he feathered a love nest somewhere else?
He's in East St. Louis with his mother, visiting an aunt.
I thought you were supposed to go alone.
He's afraid of you, Harold.
I don't know what's happened to this country. The men all wear long hair and beads, and they won't fight, and their women adore them. America's days of greatness have come to an end. They've drunk the blue soup.
Blue soup?
Yes, the blue soup that was an Indian narcotic we were forced to drink. Made all life into a haze. A lovely honey-colored haze edged in lavender. And everyone was our brother and sister we saw.
Sounds quite beautiful.
Wasn't beautiful? What do you mean beautiful? Wasn't anything. It wasn't life. It wasn't death. It wasn't anything. Beautiful. How the hell can you call beautiful when 7 years are gone just like that? 7 years of silliness and random dreams. 7 years of nothingness when it should have been so much.
Like what?
Like action, interaction, give, take, challenge, and some form of response.
Mom?
Well, what have we here, eh?
Nothing.
Nothing, eh? It's a gun, isn't it?
No.
Is it loaded?
No.
Where did you get that?
I got it from yesterday on the way home from Hamburger Heaven. Open it. Open it. Well, now. What's that? A cartridge?
No, I was cleaning it.
Cleaning it? Well, then why don't you pick up the cartridge and put it back in the chamber where it belongs? Go on, you little sparrow fart. Welcome to manhood, load the gun.
Oh, Dad!
Well, you wanted to protect your mother. There she is. Protect her.
He's a child.
Yes, with an iron penis 3 feet long. Loaded.
You're begging him to kill you. That's really what you want.
You become furious when people won't make you dead.
I'm teaching my son to be a man.
So he can kill you?
Oh, horse shit. Well, never mind answering it. Nobody will be there. That's the style these days. No one anywhere.
Get out of here.
Is it really that bad?
Oh, you fool!
Would you look at that poor crucified violin?
Yes, it died for your sins.
Is this little corpse intended as a lesson?
Well, there might be a little information there, yes.
Lest we forget how cruel you are.
I'm going to call the police.
Wait a minute. No.
What brought you back?
The same hairy, humorless old gods that move you from hither to yon. Honor, if you like.
Well, he's a champion after all.
Of all the corpses and cripples that you create for our instruction.
This is suicide.
Now, wait. And now he's going to fight. He's going to fight with the only weapons he has. Words, isn't that right? The truth, correct?
Correct.
Oh, what a hallucination. Oh, dearie me.
You haven't heard me yet.
No, we won't.
You're a filthy, rotten bastard.
Oh, that hurt.
Oh, you're so old. You're so out of date.
But we do survive, don't we? And you're going to have to apologize for calling me a bastard because no one calls Harold Ryan a bastard. You see, and gets away with it. Oh, no, my friend. You have to apologize anytime you like, but just make it soon. You see, it's like turning off an alarm clock that's ringing too loudly. The apology turns off the alarm.
I'm turning off the alarm.
Penelope.
Norbert, I want you to get out of here. Harold, I want you to sit down in that chair and not lift a finger until Norbert is gone.
Well, there you are, you see. The one who has the gun gets to tell everybody exactly what to do.
I mean it.
Well, my darling, then you'll have to fix your bayonet because there's no bullet in the gun.
Where's the bullet? Paul, give it to me. How do I load it?
Load it for your mother. Cock it. Now give it to her.
All right. Paul, go to your room. Go to your room. Am I exceedingly dangerous now?
My darling, the National Safety Council would be appalled.
Listen to me. You're both disgusting.
Everything's going to be beautiful.
You fake. You're not going to beat Harold. Go on, get out of here. Harold, let him go.
Oh, yes, I'll let him go. I'll let him go. But first, he's going to have to go down on his knees and apologize.
Do it, Norbert.
It's good advice.
No, not a chance.
You're in a hell of a jam, you know that.
Yeah, I'm high as a kite.
Good. That's the glands. You see, welcome to the club. Fighting is fun. Now, come on, call me something. Come on, you eunuch.
Premature ejaculation. I'm your wife's doctor, Mr. Ryan, and I know everything. And I mean everything.
Can't you see he wants this confrontation? You're denying all you ever taught me. Get on your knees, Norbert. At least you'll be alive, not dead. When you're dead, you're dead.
Lower. Now look up at me and realize that I am man, a vengeful ape as man was meant to be. God help him. Apologize?
I apologize for calling you bastard.
Good.
And I apologize for implying premature ejaculation.
Splendid. But I still feel insulted and without satisfaction for what you've done to me and my family. So, in the name of Charles Darwin, and with the utmost hatred,
And with honor,
With nobility.
You'll get in a lot of trouble if you kill him, Dad.
him. All right. There. Come at me with a knife. Go ahead, take it out. Come on. Yes.
no. You don't turn me into one of your trophies, mounted and stuffed. It was stupid to come here in the first place. Hey, And in the second place, that root that you gave me, I had it analyzed. It was discovered by a Harvard botanist in 1893. Peace.
Well, got a yellow streak down his back as wide as the Siegfried line.
It's not an honor to be killed. You're a clown.
What?
You're a clown. Paul, your father is a clown. A clown who kills, but a clown. Everything you do is so tragically irrelevant, so preposterously misinformed. To you, the highest honor is death. Harold, the absence of life is no honor at all. It's nothingness. The dead are dead. And 0 times 0 is 0. Don't hurt me. That's something else Paul should see, don't you think? His mother crawled into the door.
Trying to poison my son's mind?
Look! And all the animals he's protected us from. Did you shoot them on the elevator, dear, as they were on their way up to eat us alive?
You're in more danger than you realize.
How did I ever keep all of his ridiculous, meaningless, clownish crap? There wasn't enough blood and terror and ugliness at home. So he had to go out and find more. Again and again and again. Look at all the life he stopped. All the lovely things. Seeing, touching, feeling, hearing, running, mating things. So dead. So pitifully dead.
Poison. That's a game.
Dad? Mom's right. You're a clown.
What?
A clown. A clown.
Here. Finish the job.
More of his clowning. Don't you see?
Well done, Penelope. Well done. Clown.
A new life begins.
Somewhere else in the city. Not here. Well, now, if you don't mind, I would like to use the sanitary facilities.
Do you need the gun?
The gun? Oh, no, don't worry about the gun. I'm just going to put the gun in Paul's room. That's all I'm going to do with it.
Give me your word of honor. That's all you're going to do.
Well, for what it's worth, you have Harold Ryan's word. I missed. So, now, I wonder if you both would be kind enough to leave.
Bye, Harold.
Dad, you're not gonna have any friends left if you don't watch out.
I'm gonna walk all over God.